guys, welcome back to more Katawa Shoujo. In the last episode, what did we do? Oh yeah, we were in the, in that tea, whatever, Shanghai, and it stopped raining, and then, we had an option of going with Emmy to run before it rained, or if it was raining, we would be running in the rain, or we had the option of just not doing anything. And then after that, the next morning, we came to the track and she wasn't there. Then we went here to the nurse and he said that she was sick. So she most likely went outside in the rain and ran, and now she had a fever, so she'll be okay. Maybe I should visit her after class. It takes me a second to realize I've spoken aloud. The nurse raises an eyebrow and gives me a searching glance for a moment. Well, that might not be a bad idea. You could let me know if she'd taken a turn for the worse, I guess. But no funny business, you got it? I know what meds you're on after all. I think that's a threat against my life, but I'm not sure. Yeah, I wasn't sure about that. What's he mean by funny business? Is like... Either way, I assure the nurse that my intentions are chaste and exit the office. Interesting that the nurse sees me as some sort of potential suitor to Emmy. Even more interesting is how pleased that makes me feel. I need a shower. The lunch bell rings and I find myself disinclined to make my way up to the roof. After all, I'm betting Ren knows where Emmy is, and if that's the case, then I doubt she'd bother going up there. More to the point, I doubt we'd have any sort of scintillating conversation if she did. Chances are she'd prefer to be alone up there anyway, so I don't accidentally ruin her train of thought or something. Unfortunately, I don't really feel like heading to the cafeteria either. Guess I'll go to the library instead. I need a new book to read anyway. Having finished my other one yesterday before bed, maybe I can find more by the same author. I'm still wondering if it isn't... Well, he was saying it in his thoughts that he's been looking at her and stuff like that. But, I'm wondering if it isn't, still like set in stone that we're with Emmy yet or not. I love libraries. They smell like dust and paper and ink. All these stories and facts and opinions crowded together in one place makes the air come alive with potential. I'm not sure how to navigate Yamaku's library yet, having mostly stuck to books I brought with me, so I search for the librarian to ask for help. I suppose she's not around. Can't believe it. Yuko, looking rather distracted, suddenly emerges from one of the aisles. Excuse me. Oh, can I help you? Actually, I was looking for a book. So am I. Advanced Cryptography. We just got it in, and now it's gone missing. I really, really wanted to read that one. Cryptography? Yeah, that is... This guy I knew, I'm not sure how to describe it. Skip to the end. He got me interested in cryptography. Only now now the book's gone, and I think it's been stolen. No, it wasn't stolen. Sounds pretty terrible. Unless he stole it. I don't think he stole it, though. He doesn't really seem the type to steal things. Yeah, especially because now I have to search the whole library for it, even though it's probably not even here. You seem busy. A little. She dashes off down on another aisle, and I resign myself to finding my own damn book. Plenty of choices. Why didn't he tell her that, that Kenji has it? Oh, come on. How did I get lost? These aren't even printed books, they're all in Braille. I guess that makes sense in school like this, but honestly, it's a little annoying. I'm sorry, someone there? A lilting voice drifts out from behind one of the cubicles set up for research. As I approach, I see that Lily's been reading a book while I've been stomping about the aisles. Oh no, I should be apologizing. I didn't mean to make so much noise. My, is that you, Hisao? I've not heard from you in quite some time. Is she blushing? She is. I was beginning to think you'd forgotten all about me. Sorry? Lily laughs in that refined manner of hers and shakes her head. I'm only teasing you, Hisao. From what I hear, you've been busy. Morning runs with Emi, Barazaki, and lunch on the rooftop, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, guess word gets around pretty quick. That and I can't coat poor Hanako on the roof anymore. You three are always up there claiming the spot for yourselves. She chided me gently, though it's pretty clear she's just teasing me again. Still, I feel an odd need to apologize. Sorry, we could eat lunch somewhere else if it's a real problem. Oh no, I wouldn't worry about it. Hanako and I have other things to do at lunch too, such as read in the library, as you can see. Oh, Hanako's here too? I didn't see her. Lily smiles a bit enigmatically. Oh, she's around somewhere. But I'm surprised, Hisao, you're in here instead of up there. What brings you to the library? Well, Emi's ill, so there's no lunch on the rooftop to keep me occupied. Lily raises an eyebrow at my statement before giving another chuckle. My poor Rin must feel left out. It's not like that. But I'm sure it isn't. Emi tends to be the life of whatever group she's in. It's a shame to hear she's fallen ill. Will she be okay? Somehow I get the feeling that Lily is just inquiring out of politeness, but I respond anyway. The nurse thinks so. I'm going to swing by and see how she's doing after school myself. Another raised eyebrow. My, what a noble gentleman you are, Misao. It's nothing really, just checking up on my friend after all. It's just friends, is it? How disappointing. I blush, glad that Lily can't see it. But somehow she knows that I've been flustered by her comment anyway and laughs. I'm sorry, Sal, I'm teasing you again. Please, do tell Emi that I hope she feels better, won't you? A glance at my watch reveals that I'm very nearly out of time to find my book, of course. Hey, I've got to find a book before lunch is over, so I'd better get moving. See you later. That was probably not the best phrase to use. Yeah. Lily, however, takes my gaffe in stride. Until we meet again, Hisao. I never do find the book I was looking for, but I walk out with something else instead. My stomach growls slightly, letting me know that I should have had something for lunch. Oh well. I'll grab something before I visit Emi later. It seems as if time has decided to slow down for the express purpose of annoying the hell out of me. Class feels like it drags on for ages. Yeah, that'll happen. I suspect that my being consumed with worry probably has something to do with it. Yup. Blessedly, the bell rings, and I dash out of class, drawing a few raised eyebrows, I'm sure. I have spent the majority of the day fretting as unobtrusively as I could. Even though the nurse thinks that Emi is perfectly okay, I wanted to see for myself. It doesn't take long to get to the girls' dormitory and make my way to Emi's room. Standing outside her door, I suddenly pause. What if she's resting? I'd hate to wake her up, especially if she's still feeling ill. Then again, if she sleeps all day, then it could throw off her sleeping schedule. But rest is important if you're ill, isn't it? I can't decide what to do, so I settle for standing outside the door looking like an idiot. When I hear Emi's voice from behind the door. Thanks for your concern, but I really am okay. Is she talking to me? I'll see you at practice tomorrow. It's not. Still, clearly she's not asleep, so I can knock without worry. So why this clenched feeling in my gut? I wasn't nervous, but about dropping by the other day, so why today? I'm curious who she was talking to. Granted, I still haven't really had time to figure out this newfound interest in Emi's well-being. I don't have a lot of experience in the matter, of course, but certainly, this seems to go beyond feelings of mere friendship. But could I take that step? Could I even bring myself to risk what I have right now? I mean, it's enough to be friends with her, isn't it? Either way, shouldn't I just open the door and see how she's doing? That's why I came here, right? What if she's not dressed yet? The image that flashes through my mind causes my heart to skip a beat, literally. I should probably not ever think those thoughts again. Not if I want to avoid a heart attack. I suddenly realize I'm still standing in the hallway looking like an idiot. Emi still seems to be in the middle of a conversation, but I knock anyway. Hopefully she won't mind the interruption. You worry too much. Come in, the door's unlocked. So it is, so I open the door and step in, which is about where my thought process comes to a grinding halt. Emi's sitting up in bed, her hair tousled, I don't know, from a day spent asleep. I think this is the first time I've seen her without those familiar beads in her hair. Her gym shirt and bloomers, obviously hastily pulled on before I came in, are creased and folded from less and proper storage. Her legs lay bare on the sheets. First time we see her without it. I've never seen Emmy without prosthetics before, yet here she is, slender legs terminating in stumps just below her knees. But as odd as the sight is, I find myself more captivated by everything north of the waist. It seems that Emmy had finished her conversation with whoever was on the phone with her and is now watching my reaction closely out of her one open eye as she wipes sleep from the other. Her expression, far from being embarrassed, is rather one of a surprisingly wide yawn, one perhaps appropriate from such a small mouth. A grin that for a brief moment seems almost flirtatious tugs at the corner of her mouth as she takes the sight of me in. I can do nothing but remain in state of fluctuating between fear, confusion, and not a little bit of lust. Emmy hastily sweeps her hair out of her eyes, fixing it back into place before addressing me. You seem a bit caught off guard, Sal. A wave of laughter erupts from her, and I find myself grinning and rubbing the back of my head ruefully. Sorry, I've just never seen someone so disheveled look so attractive. Never seen you without your legs on. Never seen you look so, sorry. Emmy giggles again and moves to sit up a little straighter. I've caught up in the movements of her hurt, very nearly losing myself. I was wondering what your reaction would be. The nurse called and told me you were going to drop by, you see. And I know you haven't seen me, well, you know, without legs. I respond in a tone of casual surprise. Oh, you don't have them on? I didn't notice. This is almost the truth. I very nearly didn't. I'm not trying to be suave or anything, or suave. Mind you, somehow I think Emmy would get offended by that. Instead, she sticks her tongue at me and chucks a pillow at my head. I deftly catch the pillow and take careful aim before throwing. Emmy laughs and rolls to one side, dodging my shot. The shifting of her shirt distracting me enough so that the next thrown pillow hits me right between the eyes. Oof. I retaliate, of course, and once I retaliated twice, well, a war was bound to break once sooner or later, and really when Emmy appears to have far better aim than me, well, it was just a matter of time before I'd have to resort to a suicidal charge. Gotcha. Beep. Bam. Smack. Biff. And once the charge was accomplished, well, of course, I'd have to wrestle the pillows away from her. And with that kind of struggle, of course, we'd wind up in this sort of position. So I find myself staring down at her from my position atop her. She's grinning, eyes sparkling with amusement, maybe a little sweaty from our tussle. Her chest is heaving up and down, sucking in air. A small bit of my brain that is not currently enraptured by the sight and the smell of her observes that she must still be ill because her stamina is not what it should be. We stay that way for a while. I'm not sure how long because everything seems to go fuzzy, everything that isn't her anyway. Her eyes meet mine, and deep inside them I almost catch a glimpse of what? Fear? Longing? Hope? Emmy? A cough suddenly convulses her, and I'm almost stumbling in my haste to get off to apologize for everything. Sorry, I shouldn't have. It's fine, it's fine. She gives me a reassuring pat on the shoulder. So, what brings you here? She's still breathing hard, and that causes her voice to shake slightly. Well, before I was so rudely assaulted by pillows, I came to see how you were doing. Wham! This earns me another shove, and I very nearly fall off her bed. Emmy's eyes sparkle again. I wonder how I ever noticed how attractive they are before. Consumed with worry, were you? Her tone is mocking, haughty, teasing. She throws her arms across her forehead, dramatically, grin still apparent from underneath. Couldn't bear the thought of me laying deathly ill? As we both recover from our brief wrestling match, Amy appears to fall back on teasing me. Well, I wouldn't say consumed with worry, but after you didn't show up this morning like a total wuss. Amy pouts, crossing her arms petulantly and sticking her lower lip out. It's not my fault. Nurse wouldn't allow it. Sure he would, and I completely believe you. Emmy sticks her tongue out again. You're such a jerky, Sal. So how was your day then, eh? Did you enjoy slacking off? Not really. The phone woke me up pretty early on. The phone? Yeah, the captain of the team called to make sure I was doing okay. Alright, I'll see you guys next time for more Katawa Shoujo.